Right, let's talk weapons and kind of the meta surrounding the weapons. We'll start from the bottom, work our way to the end, see how it goes. Right, start with point one swords. Probably never going to see these, like, ever. The E, just weird as hell. Not sure the use of point one swords, so pretty much obsolete at the moment. Point two swords. Kind of the same situation here. Whirlwind, not very good. Charge blade, absolutely terrible. Like decent single target DPS, and they do get an interrupt, so there's some maybe use there, but with this E, you're probably never going to see too many point two swords. Glaive, kind of undecided about Glaive. I think it's got its spot in guild versus guild, but in kind of Zerg situations, you're going to be wanting to use either a point two spear or a pole hammer most times. Hamstring, it's a good snare with fling. Chance to snare proc. It's a weird weapon. I'm gonna say it's okay at the moment, right? Axes. Point one axe. Better than most people think. Using Rending Strike, Vampiric Strike, you can get some pretty good self-healing from this. The only downside is it's mana intensive, so you can't really use Heavy Smash reliably and keep the energy costs. Point two axe. Kind of good. It's got a better spin to win than Claymore. You got the burst through Heavy Smash, Heroic Strike. Bit of sustain with chance on heal. Pretty decent weapon. Point three, Scythe. This is probably your go-to axe at the moment. Just great burst. Heavy Smash into a Rending Swing, into Heroic Strike. If they're wearing light armor, usually 50% HP on them. Just straight up face melting weapon. Does suffer from being kited though. Melee weapon with no snares or anything like that, RCC, so can be kited quite easily. Mace. Mace, not very good at the moment. Point one, point two, point three, they're all pretty lackluster. Because of Hammer. Hammer is just the best tank weapon in the game at the moment. Point one variant, not very good. But point two, just what a weapon. Absolute monster. Groundbreaker, great ability. You get the sleep for additional CC. You get a slowing charge. You get a Q that snares, and you get a snare proc. It is just essential to every kind of group v group situation. Zerg versus Zerg, guild versus guild. 3-man is just, you want a pole hammer in your group. The point three, I think it's just outshone by point two. Giant steps, kind of awkward. Like, it's okay, but you can't really sacrifice the point two stun. Crossbows, point one, not great. Not great at all. Point two, kind of the same situation. Just not very good. The E just takes too long to detonate. It's got a cast time. Just not very good. But then you get to point three crossbow, and this is a power weapon at the moment. Sweeping bolt, combo it with arcane staff, combo it with any kind of stun. You can just wipe a group so fast. You got good utility with caltrops. Sustain damage, good. Good sustain. Increase auto attack range, small attack speed boost. Just, it's a powerhouse weapon at the moment. Just probably one of the top tier weapons. Alright, let's move over. Point 1 bow. This is a weird one because the single target DPS you can get with rapid fire, explosive arrows, and poisoned arrow is just could be the highest single target DPS in the game, but you are just a turret at this point. You put your buffs on, you auto attack, you can't move. Warbow just could be the best weapon in the game at the moment. The stun is just so good. 7-second stun on the 7.2. Huge damage on it as well. Like hitting upwards of 500, 600 damage. Big AoE. Great in every group situation. Good escape, frost shot. Explosive arrows gives you a bit more sustained DPS. PvP, you're probably going to be wanting poisoned arrow. Maybe multi-shot. Just one of the best weapons at the moment. Point 3 bow. This weapon's just terrible at the moment. Rain of arrows. I've not seen a point to it yet. And then it's the same abilities, Q and W. Spear, point 1 spear. You're probably not going to see it ever. Point 2 spear. It's got its place. Hook people out. You do have to hit someone wearing either medium or light for it to be kind of effective. If you hook someone in heavy, you don't really have the burst potential on a heavy user, so Forest of Spears, great ability. Cripple, great ability. And then low stab, also great. Does get outshone though by Halberd. Halberd, you see nobody using it, but it is one of the best melee weapons in the game in my opinion. The root is just insane. Insane damage, insane duration. 3-stack low stab, root lasts about 15 seconds on T4 cloaks. You get great sustained damage with Forest of Spears. If you want to go full burst, you can run cripple for an extra snare as well. Great weapon. Nature Staff. The point 1 variant's probably your go-to Nature Staff here. It's a good weapon. Good healing staff. With Protection of Nature, 3-stack rejuve. You're pretty much unkillable 1v1, maybe even 2v1 if you kite well. Circle of Life did get a big hit when they reduced the amount of players down to 4. I'm not sure why it wasn't 5, so you could use it. Let's just make it more user-friendly in guild versus guild and stuff. But good healing weapon. Then the other option is the point 3. Well of Life, great for topping up Zergs or any kind of big group numbers of player, combined with like the 4.2 Holy. Same Qs and stuff. They do have higher delve, so you'll usually heal for more with the point 3 variant. But Nature Staffs, I think it's in a good spot at the moment. Daggers, point 1 dagger, you're probably never going to see. Point 2 daggers, hard to utilize well. Slit throat, you're looking at like the biggest damage in the game, but getting 3 stacks of Sunder armor isn't easy. It's just not an easy thing to do, especially because people are more aware. People are going to ice block at 2 stacks. They're going to blink to outkite the duration. It's just an awkward weapon to use at the moment. But if you have got a stun setup, quarterstaff or warbow, you can make great use of daggers. Claws suffer from the same problem. Just too many people know how to avoid the disembowel damage now. Ice block, blink, vanish, counter stun. So many ways to get out of this. So it loses a lot of power because of that. But it's a decent weapon. I say it slightly edges the paired daggers at the moment. Just if you catch someone on a horse, disembowel them, they kind of dead most times. But it does need help from a warbow quarterstaff. And then quarterstaff itself, I don't think you're going to see point 1 variant too much. Kind of okay. Point 2 variant, I think this is the best one. The knockback spin can be used to great effect. Get in front of someone, knock them back into your Zerg, lock someone in a corner with it. It's a good weapon, and then it's just got the best chase down in the game. Stun run, tier 6, tier 7 horses, they can't get away from a quarterstaff. You can just run pretty much anyone down. Then point 3, point 3 is a weird one. It's got higher burst. I don't think the E's as good as the point 2, just because it doesn't synergize that well with anything. Onto the caster stuff. Point 1 fire staff. I don't know. It's maybe got a place if you're wearing heavy. Just run up to someone, pyroblast them. Other than that, kind of pointless weapon. Point 2 after the nerfs. I can't really recommend it. Meteor is just anti-synergy at this point. You want people to clump to AoE them. Meteor knocks everyone out of that AoE, and the damage isn't that great anymore. And they nerfed Wall of Flames, so absolutely garbage now. Same thing with the point 3. Contagious Fire seems to be bugged most of the time. If it worked, it might have a spot in Zerg versus Zerg, 10v10, that kind of stuff. I don't see you ever using it in Guild versus Guild though. Then the Q and W are the same. Holy Staff. Holy Staff's probably the best healing staff in the game at the moment. Laser is just great. PvE situation, you can laser a tank. They'll never die. Most groups will want you to be holy because it's just kind of the easy option. Desperate Prayer on the point 1, great ability, insta heal, get you out of trouble. Point 2, variant, also good. Early Explosion, topping up a group who's low, topping up a Zerg that's low. Combine it with the Nature Staff, you can full heal a Zerg in about 5 seconds. Get a Holy Beam still, flash heal. Point 3, it's got an instant, well, it's not even instant, it's just tooltip lie. It's got a cast time res. Really kind of awkward at the moment with just the RNG of things trashing. It's like you could res someone, their weapon's trashed, then they're just some guy in armor running around. Kind of weird. I'm not sure what they wanted to do with that. And then just heal. Heal on your Q and W. Arcane Staff. Now this is a powerful weapon. Point 2 and point 3, just great weapons. Great weapons. Empowering Beam sets up some of the most dirtiest combos in the game. You're looking at Warbow, Empowering Beam your crossbow, Heat Ease. You're talking 1,000 plus damage AoE. People are getting one shot by it. Absolutely ridiculous synergy with this weapon. No one's playing it because you are just a support character. You can't do much on your own, but in the right group, whoa, what a weapon. Just great stuff. Frost Staff, all variants of the Frost Staff are really good, I think. Point 1, Freezing Wind combined with the Frost Bombs. Some of the biggest bursts in the game. You got your spammable snare on Q. Great weapon. Point 2, it's probably the better of the setup weapons. You get a stun, throw in a hail, throw in a frost bomb. It's probably the most upfront AoE damage you can get reliably off the frost staffs. Point 3, great zone control. You throw a blizzard on a bridge, ice storm on a bridge. People are just shut out of that area until it's over. And you still get your frost bomb and spammable frostbolt. So it's a really good weapon. Curse staff, still just a top tier weapon, even with all the nerfs. It's a bit more awkward to use with the range nerf on the Q, but still super good. The point 1 variant, it's got the second highest damage in the game over Slit Throat. Hard to get off though. Lots of people are watching those debuffs now. People will ice block. They'll just try and interrupt you on cast because it is quite a long cast time. But if you get the combo off with a 3 stack, they're usually one shot. Point 2, still awesome. Still great synergy. I got logged off there. Still great synergy on the point 2 staff. Any kind of AoE setup. Like, the damage is nerfed on Area of Decay because it doesn't insta-proc and it is 1.5 seconds between channels, so it's a little bit lackluster compared to how it was, but still a great weapon. And then you get Armor Piercer on all the Warlock staffs, which is just so ridiculous at the moment. Couple it with any kind of AoE setup, increases the damage by about double. You just one-shot in groups at this point with Armor Piercer and an Arcane Staff. Point 3, you don't see many people use it. I think it's got its place. 71% healing debuff, and you'll have the higher Delve Q and Armor Piercer. It's one to look out for, I think, the point 3 per staff. Not many people are using it yet, but I think it'll make some noise soon, I think. That's about it. Like, just talk about Tome. Tome. The problem with all the offhands is you can only use it with the point 1 variant of weapon. The Tome is good. Point 1 heal staff, point 1 nature staff for PvE content. I wouldn't take it over a torch for PvP. You get cooldown reduction and a big chunk of HP off the torch. Shields they're not good at the moment. They're kind of pointless. Do get the casting resilience, but it's not that good. Alright, may as well throw in some armor discussion here. So melee, I think melee should always be wearing a heavy chest, no matter what you're doing. Heavy chest piece. You get great utility from the root. It lets you go in Zerg versus Zerg. If you're not using a heavy chest piece in your melee, you can't really commit to a fight. That's the big problem. You're wearing a light chest piece, a medium chest piece, and your melee. You have to play the fringes on fights up when it's 10 players. But with a heavy, you can just get stuck in. Heavy scythe, even heavy claws, you get double root. I think heavy is the way to go for melee. Heavy helmet. This could be the better healing helmet. If you're a healer, you want that extra survivability. The heavy helmet is great. Stone skin just makes you an absolute beast. You can tank 10, 20 people, pretty much no problem. Retaliate, probably the best dueling helmet in the game. Retaliate, 1v1, denies so much damage, does so much damage. Heavy boots. I'm not sure about heavy boots. You get the flat HP. I don't think the sprint's that good. 21 HP every second. You're better off taking the defensive sprint if you are using heavy boots. But I think the heavy boots aren't that great. Alright, medium. Medium boots. They've got the fastest sprint in the game. 120% for 3 seconds. It is the fastest. But that 20% doesn't really make a difference. I don't think medium boots are in a good position. You do get the CC resist one, but longer cooldown, never use it. There's just no point at the moment. Just totally outshone by the light boots, I think. Medium chest piece. It's a good. I think healers should be using this more than they are. Fade out, instant stun break, insta root break. Does suffer if you dotted because it'll pop you straight out. Pretty damn good though. And then feeble aura. It's average. It's not a bad ability. You get the passive move speed, so it's medium chest pieces are okay. I probably wouldn't recommend it over light or heavy for most classes. Medium helmet, well, best in the game in my opinion. Open world PvP. Maybe not the best in guild versus guild because the arenas are so small that second sprint isn't needed as much, but out and about, every situation, the second sprint. If you've got it, you can catch them. If you don't have it, they'll catch you. It's essential helmet. I think everyone should be using it. You do lose some 1v1 power using a medium helmet, but just getting away or catching people, it's too good. Light boots. I think light boots are the best in the game. A lot of classes now are just so energy dependent. You're running out of energy all the time. You get the energy return sprint, which essentially makes the sprint free. Just the best sprint in the game, I think. And then the 5% flat damage, I think that outweighs most other abilities, most other passives in the game. Light boots, probably the best. Light chest piece. I wouldn't go this on melee. I know a lot of people want to play light chest piece daggers or claws. I don't think they need it. I think you're better off going heavy for most situations. But light chest piece on curse staffs, war bows, crossbows, any kind of range damage, light chest is your go-to. 10% flat damage or 11% cast speed, both really good choices. Blink, one of the best abilities in the game. Ice block, also good. It's a bit annoying you get stunned or knocked out of it. And force field's also a really good choice for some situations. I think the light chest piece is the go-to to every ranged DPS. Then light helmet, kind of weird. If the medium helmet wasn't so good, this would be better. Just the extra damage you can get. Like you can run a heavy chest piece and then offset the damage loss with a light helmet. Get the berserker buff, get the magic focus. It's a good helmet. It's a good helmet, yeah. Alright, that's it. Covered. Just gonna pop stream off just to save that real quick.